Yo, what is up, guys? Yo, wait, does this thing work? I hope this thing's recording because, well, we have a very serious topic today. As you may know, George uh, Adolf Hestelmaster has recently begun dating Adeline, and this is not good. So I thought I could come forward with the expose video I made about George. The evil dude. He's evil. He's pretty evil. And Matthew, he got robbed of his girl, like he was trying to pull her, and George came in and ruthlessly beat him to death and took his girl. And this is why Matthew is a sensitive young male who's in a world full of evil foys and is also very fit and is beautiful and deserves to have any girl he wants. Now let's start with the evil and wicked George Hitler. Yes, his last name is really Hitler. He's related to the big Adolf and has just never stopped doing so many bad things in his life. He's truly evil. He is just no. He's on watch lists, dude. He's on the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, the selectee list, which basically means if he wants to fly anywhere, he has to wait, shit, yeah, that was stupid. If he wants to fly anywhere, he has to go through more security at TSA to get on an airplane. He's on the denied persons list, which is something to do with trade. I'm pretty sure he's not allowed to trade or something. Not to mention the public nudity charges. The public nudity, I think that's what it said, in front of the Einstein Middle School. Those poor Einstein Middle School kids will never forget what happened. He's also been punished with 300 hours of community service for dilly-dallying, evil, truly evil tomfoolery, and evil pranks that resulted in the death of a 65-year-old man. But unfortunately, his lawyer was really good and got him out of prison, so he only had to do 300 hours of community service. He's also attempted to join the military, but due to his long history of anal problems to do with the rectum, he was disqualified from joining. So, yeah, he's pretty evil. He recently burned down a school, but again, his lawyer is unfortunately goated, so he got out of prison yet again. Let's move on to Matthew, our beautiful, sensitive young male. He was born 6'5", 250 pounds, and right now, of course, not at birth. He was not an ex-Green Beret member, but currently he's an ex-Green Berets. I think that's how you say it, beret. Like the thing that Rambo was a part of. Yeah, he was him. He was literally Rambo, dude. Besides the real life Rambo, he was also a Marine Raider at one point before he joined the Green Berets. He also went to the University of Pennsylvania to study financial stuff, like the stock market and stuff. He thankfully was able to make an AI to predict the best stock markets to invest in. And thankfully, due to this AI and his smartness, he was able to get $5.9 million from the stock market. After that, he went to Vegas, gambled it all, and tripled it to $15.9 million. I might have said trillion. He did not make a trillion. He made $1 million. So then right before he got kicked out of the casinos at Vegas, he put all of his money on black. No, not black. He stopped before he did it. He put it on the number 7 in roulette. This is not a joke. He put it on the number 7. And he tripled it again. So that's what, 30, 45. He has $45 million now. $45.9 million. He's rich. He's rich, basically, dude. He's like a millionaire. And then he just keeps doubling his money in the stock market. He makes millions off the stock market. It turns out he made so much money from buying 57.8% of a company. He actually bought 57.8% of multiple companies, precisely 57.8%. Nothing else, just 5 companies. Those 5 companies, he bought 57.8% of those 5 companies. I don't remember what companies he bought. He just bought 57.8% of like 5 companies. The next day he made $2 billion from that investment in the stock market. It is insane. And this all happened within a 6-month period when he was like off of deployment. Then he had to go back to deployment, of course. But after some more years in the military, he decided to leave and train for the Mr. Olympia title. And after training for 56 straight hours, no sleep, by the way, 56 straight hours, he had to go to the hospital 9 times from sleep deprivation. His muscles literally tearing apart. But thankfully, right when the Mr. Olympia thing happened, he won. And for the next 5 years straight, he won every single Mr. Olympia title. He went to tons of bodybuilding competitions, and he won every single one. 39 medals, 39 gold medals is how much he has. He has a single silver one for some reason. It's because he didn't train for 56 hours. He only trained for 36 hours, not 56 hours like he always does. After this bodybuilding stuff and winning 39 medals and 1 silver medal, he eventually decided to go to Africa because while he was bodybuilding, he also decided to invest in the stock market, which made him billions upon billions of dollars. Like, you wouldn't imagine how much money he made from just going to the stock market, investing 57.8% into a company, and then just making billions, and then proceeding to bet it all on 7 in roulette and win. So yeah, he's billionaire basically. He's also not allowed in any casinos anymore, but he's decided to go to Africa, build wells. This Matthew guy, he's so kind. He built schools for kids in Africa. He also built a bunch of houses for them in Africa, gave them modern plumbing, gave them the internet. They had to take away the internet because of bad stuff the kids were doing on the internet. He gave them back the internet, but there's like a surge protector thingy. So yeah. And then he built more wells in Africa, and then he built like 5 highways to connect rural Africa with modern Africa. It was a whole thing. He was just such a nice person. He built hospitals in Africa. He built what did he build? Children's hospitals in Africa. He built adoption centers. He built orphanages. He was just a nice dude. He was spending his billions of dollars very well. And then he came back to the United States. He went to Montana and decided to shake hands with the mayor of Montana and gifted the state $10 billion to end homelessness. And he had money left over after they ended homelessness. So they built houses, they built hospitals, they built swimming pools. They built so many public swimming pools. They built so many apartment complexes in the Montana wilderness. It was insane how good the economy of Montana is. So now it's like a paradise in Montana. It's like an absolute paradise in Montana. And Matthew even became the mayor of Montana for 10 years. And he decided to go back and go to California, where he would later act in a lot of films like Avengers Endgame, The Avengers, a lot of Marvel movies. He was mostly in Marvel movies. And you want to know who he was playing in those Marvel movies? Himself. He was just that much like a superhero. He was insane. He was so cool, dude. If you wanted to be like him, it was impossible to be like him because of how good he was. He was so goated, dude. He was buff. He was rich. He was in, Marvel movies. He was insane. He was also the mayor of Montana. Did I mention that? I mentioned that, didn't I? Yeah, he was the mayor of Montana. He completely saved the Montanan economy. He stopped homelessness in Montana. It was insane, dude. He's a saint, bro. He tried to do that in California, but Governor Newsom fatally shot him, so. And for some reason, the courts didn't charge Newsom, and he ended up winning the election. Not good, yeah. So, yeah, he's basically a pretty cool dude. He decided to go pursue his education at the young age of 13. Yeah. Over this time, he was 10 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old. Yeah, winning the titles of Mr. Olympia and stuff. So, it's pretty cool, isn't it? I don't know how he got into the military at the age of 5, but he did, so. Pretty cool, isn't it? And he tried to date a girl called Adeline Outer Space, but she rejected him and then proceeded to kidnap him. If you watch my other video, you will know about this. he was dragged out to the middle of the Nevadan desert of the Mojave, and thankfully he was able to escape from the prison inside of a cave inside of a canyon. It was a brutal thing. He had to fight coyotes, vultures, and robot guard dogs. It was brutal. He came back with barely any flesh on his body still. It was brutal seeing him so injured after he came back from that horrible prison he escaped from. Owned by Adeline Otterbach's friends. So, yeah. But for some reason, Adeline Otterbach rejected poor Matthew, who's a billionaire. He's buff. He fixed homelessness in Montana. Did I tell you he became the mayor of Montana and fixed homelessness? He also like built wells in Africa, dude. And he like helped the African tribe dudes. Like why did you reject him, Adeline? Like this guy's a literal Superman, dude. Like he's the nicest dude ever. Like he even said no to Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, that's how good of a person he was. But for some reason, Adeline rejected him because Matthew was too cool, probably, and she felt intimidated. She chose the insane, wicked, evil dude known as George, because like George is bad. So, with now this dating whole relationship happening between George and Adeline outer space, this is not a good thing. This has to be stopped. So we need to like create a coalition to stop this relationship from continuing forever. Like we cannot have this happen because this can lead to the destruction of the world. George has been planning for years now to destroy the world for some reason, even though he'll die too. But he just wants to destroy the world for the fun of it. I guess he's insane, dude. Like he's insane, yo. Like he was insane. Like if you lived in Huntsville, Alabama, you would have known what he was like. He was evil, dude. He was so evil. You couldn't trust him. So yeah, basically, George bad, Matthew good, Adeline bad, Adeline outer space is bad. Yeah. This could lead to the end of the world as we know it. So like, we gotta stop this. We gotta get Matthew his girlfriend back. So like, yo, peace out, twin. Hope you have such a nice day. And we gotta do something about this evil Georgia dude. He's not a good dude. So like, yeah, we gotta save the world by ending this marriage or like this relationship. So see y'all later. Goodbye.